Let's crown a new champ today in H-Town as Manshir Kara takes on Devin Dixon for the 155 title in our main event at Fury FC 98. But first, we have a stacked all-pro prelims broadcast live from the Imagine venues in H-Town. It is time for these fighters to unleash the Fury. And welcome in, I'm Rahil Ramzanali, joined by the black belt himself, Michael Alexander, UFC veteran Alex Morono. And as I mentioned, we have a title on the line in our main broadcast, but so many good fighters, including one you're very familiar with, Sean Canard, is throwing down today on a prelims broadcast.
Yeah, my man, Top Gun, he made his amateur debut with us, I don't know, like maybe 12 or 13 years ago. He was a team captain on a SWAT team. The man's done it all. The man loves adrenaline. He loves combat. He's going to be headlining our prelims, and they're all pro fights, so you know we got an excellent fight card.
Yep, so let's get to it and join the fourth member of our broadcast crew, the Fury FC Hall of Famer, the best dressed man in MMA. Here he is, Wayne Leggett.
We are live from Escapade at Imagine Venues in Houston, Texas. This is Fury FC 98, Kara versus Dixon. But first, please welcome to the blue corner for your opening preliminary contest, Artur Miniev.
Artur Miniev, first fighter out, the Ukrainian fighter. A lot of hype around this young man, making his debut for Fury FC. And Michael, we love seeing one thing on a young fighter's resume, and that is the F word, finishes.
Yeah, that's right. This guy, you know, he's 3-0. All three of his finishes are in round 1 or 2. And he just made his pro debut in July of 2023. So he was 3-0 as an amateur, had 2 finishes there with 1 decision. Debuted in 2022, so 6 fights in a couple of years. Been fairly active and been extremely successful.
This on his opponent's pro debut. I mean, 3-0, 3 finishes is no joke. It's wild. These guys are opening up the card. But yeah, I mean, young, undefeated. I mean, traveling. You know what his goals are as a martial artist. He's stepping into the biggest stage here in Houston. Yeah, be excited to see how he does.
Fighting out of Odessa, Ukraine, and really, loves his country, loves everything that he stands for, that he wants to represent, and pave his way to the UFC. And he said, step by step, I will become a champion soon. And this is his first opportunity to take that step here inside the Fury FC cage. Artur is inside. Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome Cristobal Ibanez to the red corner.
Cristobal Ibanez coming in with that amateur record you see on your screen at 4-1, making his pro debut today here at Fury FC. Hasn't fought, his last fight was in June where he won via unanimous decision, Michael, and another talented fighter.
Yeah, and his last 2 fights have been decisions, and so it's maybe that experience going 6 rounds as your last 2 fights as an amateur that made him feel like he was ready to make the jump. I mean, he had a very successful amateur career at 4-1. But man, a pro debut against a 3-0 guy. You're right, Alex. He's got some work ahead of him.
Yeah, it's a tall order for sure, but he does have a team behind him to get it done. I did actually go train with those 10th Planet guys in Austin. Had a blast. Such a fun, positive, hard-working room. I can't wait to go back. And they have a few guys fighting on this card. One of which, the headliner in Devin Dixon, challenging for the belt against Manshur Kira. Excellent contest. But yeah, I mean, both guys pretty, very skilled. Ibanez a bit big for the weight class, so we'll see if he maybe uses that size and reach advantage. But I mean, both guys are very well rounded. I think this fight's going to go everywhere. And I'd be surprised if we saw it go off 15 minutes.
Cristobal from La Serena, Chile. So we've got Chile taking on Ukraine, an international fight to get us going. I love that. And you see our tail of the tape brought to you by the Fury Unleashed podcast. 1-inch height advantage for Cristobal. And you see that reach advantage, 8 inches for Ibanez, the 25-year-old making his pro debut. Both fighters are inside, so let's get our introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening preliminary contest brought to you by the Fury Unleashed podcast, available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 155.8 pounds. Fighting out of Odessa, Ukraine, he holds a perfect professional record. 3 wins, no losses. Here is Artur, Headhunter Miniev. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6 feet tall, and he weighed in at 153.8 pounds. Fighting out of La Serena, Chile. Today, he makes his professional debut. This is Cristobal Ibanez. Your referee in charge of the action, Jeff Rexroad.
All right, Jeff Rexroad, first assignment. of the afternoon. Blue gloves for Artur, Cristobal in the red gloves.
Oh, hey, man, throwing heat, very technically. But even that opening jab was to do damage. It's a stiff, strong, long jab there from Ibanez.
Man, that 8-inch reach advantage, I mean, that's a significant...
Oh, big right hand, he's out.
Oh, wow!
Artur Miniev!
Man.
Welcome to Fury FC.
Man,
he said he is going to become champion one day, and he's taking steps to get there. That is a big, powerful step.
That was almost like a blitz. I think he stepped in with like a cross, jab, cross. I mean, it was right when he was throwing a kick. It looks like he just was timing, you know, the plant and rotation and just, I mean, really blitzed in almost Wonder Boy style without cutting that big angle. I'd love to see that replay.
Yeah, that was very fast,
Super
very fast
explosive
combination, and had to hit right on the button.
Artur Miniev, he's coming in.
I mean, we'll
he's
get
like, hey, I want to talk to Michael.
Yeah. So he stuffs the shot, and it's coming right when it's back in the cage. Slip. Oh, man, okay, it was just a jab to an overhand right, and it was a really tight, more of a right hook. Now it was more of an overhand right.
Oh,
it was a nice, tight, strong, just right on, man, right on point. Not a blitz at all, just a classic jab to a really tight, just overhand right over the top. Not quite a hook because his elbow's a little bit lower.
There was a lot of excitement about this young man. All of his wins, finishes, and to come into Fury and get a finish, man, what a way to get us going and what a way to start your career here at Fury FC. Let's make things official. Here is Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 28 seconds into the very first round, declaring a winner by knockout, Artur Headhunter Miniev.
I'm here with your winner, Artur Miniev. Artur, at 21 years old, here you are, 4-0. Even though it was his pro debut, had a very successful amateur career. Here making his pro debut against a very tough fighter, and you're able to get it done very quickly in the first round.
So he told me yesterday he already beat me, you know. I said, we'll see tomorrow. So he beat me yesterday, I beat him today, you know. So 1-1. First thing, I want to say thank you for all people who support me, for my country, Ukraine, everywhere. First, that's my coaches, my team, Syndicate MMA, Iridium Sport Agency, Lance, brother, thank you very much, Jason, everyone, my family, my mom, dad, my brother, I love you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. Step by step, I will become champ soon. Trust me. Let's go.
Well, Artur, you said you wanted to be champion next. You didn't take any damage today. When do you want to fight again? Because we can't wait to see you.
So, God bless. I don't have injuries. Everything good. I'm ready. Lance, let's go. So my manager say, let's go. Why not? I'm ready. Let's go tonight. Yeah. I'm ready.
Well, if you could, we would. Your winner, Artur Miniev.
Oh, man, he just made a lot of new fans here at Fury.
Yeah, I mean, very graceful in victory. I mean, he was cool, he was funny, and beyond that, he's a headhunter. He found that overhand right. I mean, early on, that was wild.
Well, let's keep things moving and get to our next fighter.
Please welcome Fathy Elsony to the blue corner.
Fathy Elsony making his debut after going 2-0 as an amateur. Hasn't fought in 2 years, however, Michael.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to affect him much. I mean, he wrestled for 15 years, was a Greco-Roman African champion 3 times, a world champion 1 time, was on the national Egyptian team for 7 years, and this dude is gigantic. This dude is a pure athlete, and I don't think the time off is going to affect him much. Been a combat sports athlete basically his entire life.
Yeah, it's interesting when you end up clinching with guys with that kind of pedigree. The moment you tie up with them in an over-under, you're like, oh no, something's different here. And just those Greco guys, their balance and their upper body just structure is just something that is otherworldly. I've tied up with a few in my day. And that's why I like to fight and strike at range, because those guys know what they're doing in the clinch. I was really excited to see this guy on the card, see what kind of skill set he can bring. And it's a really strong skill set for MMA, as a lot of this ends up in the clinch.
Yeah, as we were looking at the card yesterday and talking and watching some of the fights for Fathy, I simply said, there's one way to describe this young man. He's a unit. He is an absolute unit, and Fathy is inside. So let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome Danny Bennett to the red corner.
Hey, we're throwing back here. Danny Bennett, for our Houston MMA fans, you might recognize the name. Like, wait, is this that Danny Bennett? It is, Alex.
Yeah, he was back fighting for Cage Combat. So I actually ran into him in the training room maybe 4 months back. And I'm like, man, I know this guy. He looks so familiar. So I asked him, and sure enough, he was like, yeah, I fought for Cage Combat back in the day. And I remember his fights. It was so cool to see him a decade later. He told me he was making his pro debut. We got some rounds in together. It was just a fun, a blast in the past there for the Houston MMA scene.
Yeah, 3-2 as an amateur, Michael, including a fight against AJ Hoffman, who once was on this broadcast crew, and a longtime Houston media personality as well. So, yeah, I was looking at it, and I'm like, man, this name sounds so familiar, and it's because of the AJ Hoffman fight. AJ's a friend of ours, and I went and watched that fight. I was like, wait, this is that Danny Bennett. So cool.
Yeah, and if you had a fight or were on that card or watched that card, and you were pregnant that day, you have a teenager now. That tells you how long ago that was. So Danny Bennett, a long-time MMA guy here in Houston, and a great guy. Good to see him back in here at 38 years old, Alex.
Yeah, man, how many years ago was that fight?
Man, I got to look it up again. I don't remember the year. I'll look it up as
it feels like more than a decade. It was wild.
Yeah. Our Tail of the Tape brought to you by Space City Collective. The reach advantage going to Danny Bennett. The height advantage to Fathy Elsony. And you see the age discrepancy there. 37 against a 25-year-old. Both fighters are inside. Let's get our introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by Space City Collective, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC Light Heavyweight Division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6 feet, 1 inch tall, and he weighed in at 202 pounds even. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, by way of Cairo, Egypt today. He makes his professional debut. This is Fathy Elsony. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6 feet tall, and he weighed in at 204 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, today, he too makes his professional debut. This is Danny Bennett. Your referee in charge, JJ Ferraro.
All right, I know Bennett prefers to strike. He's got a great jab. He does good body work. He's got good boxing. We'll see how long this one stays on the feet. But, I mean, Fathy's a mountain.
Yeah, and only weighing in at 202. Got to wonder if he's thinking 185 is maybe the place he's going to land eventually.
Yeah, I mean he looks like an 85er, a big, strong 85er. Fills out well here at 205. I know the pickings are kind of slim here at 85, so maybe we got 2 middleweights agreeing to fight light heavyweight because the options were a little more sparse.
Good opening leg kicks there for Fathy Elsony. Good power. Training at American Top Team. Is the Egyptian-born fighter.
Oh man. Oh man, that's three. That's 3 good ones, all within a minute. And it's like half kick now.
Oh man. Bennett just throwing to create some space. Threat of those leg kicks. Oh man, big connect there. Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, Danny's starting to throw back here.
That's good. I mean, I just heard that knee. I'm not too sure what it hit, but it sounded loud.
It looked like it hit either his forehead or his collarbone, but I mean, it happened right here in front of us, and we were able to see it, but I couldn't tell if it actually went on his head or if it hit his collarbone. He's only very aggressive with those knees, though.
Yeah, Sonny's using a lot. Ooh, you got to be careful leaning. He gets clipped on the chin. That's it. I mean, he's in it. He's in it, fighting. This is a great fight. These guys are just throwing down. But he may have to pace himself. I mean, it's only been 2 minutes, and he's thrown some real fuel-burning techniques.
2 minutes gone here in the first round.
You know, we saw Elsony kind of chipping away at the leg, but then once he saw a little bit of damage, he really kind of went for the kill, which is admirable, but you got to make sure not to overdo it. Looks like he's maybe settling into the fight a bit as Bennett's starting to stalk forward more. Good jab. Oh, man. Nice little double jab to the cross. Classic boxing combo. Notice Bennett was doing his best work by far when he was kind of stalking forward.
There's that kick again.
Bennett's coach was asking him to really commit to a right hand. I think they're trying to time Elsony's maybe low kick. Ooh. This is a fun fight.
Yeah, Fathy's having a lot of fun in there.
Yeah, you can't discount the fact that this, even though this is their pro debut, you can't discount the experience of both of these guys.
It's a good dig to the liver there from Bennett. In the round, oh man, in the rounds I got with Bennett, he was throwing well to the body, stiff jab. Nice little pull right hand.
Staying in the booth is Bennett. Good counter punching so far for the 37-year-old Danny Bennett.
You know, Elsony was doing good work with those low kicks and the knees.
Oh, man. Oh. Crashing in hard is Bennett now. Fathy Elsony grabs a hold.
He tried to boot his base out. We call that at the gym, laces to the Achilles. From that body lock. I was curious if we'd see some of this over-under work here from Elsony. He was content to, throw flying knees and low kicks and box, which was great. Bennett's doing a good job staying upright, fighting the hands. Trying to kind of square himself up to the cage. Nice. Good get up for there from Bennett.
Building up his base again.
Now, I actually didn't sit on the rules meeting. I'm curious if the new rules are in effect. The grounded opponent, the 12-6 elbow change. I'm actually going to go ask you right after this. Because there was the first fight last night in Edmonton, Canada with the new unified rules.
Oh!
Nice body lock dump. Oh. Little miscomms when the round is ending.
I think Fathy thought the round was over maybe a little earlier. He stopped. Once he slammed down, I think he stopped. Or maybe he saw something we didn't see.
Let's take a look at these highlights, Michael.
Yeah, Fathy Elsony, did well with the leg kicks early. But, man, every time he pressured Danny Bennett came back firing with some hard shots. Landed a few. Elsony with that knee right there. But here you see Danny Bennett. Big right hand, double jab to right hand. Danny reaching right over the top there. And here's that big dump right before the end of the round.
Ooh, that was a good one. See, I think that's a one round for Elsony, but I mean very competitive. Bennett did a great job finding his moments to do damage. The new rules will take place in Texas soon, but not yet. You still have to get some of the, like the ink dried on Texas kind of accepting it, so it's good to know.
Gotcha.
So no 12-6 elbows, and the grounded opponent rules have not changed, so something to look out for tonight.
Maybe they debut at Fury FC 100 here in Houston, January 12th.
Oh, man.
Can't wait for that one. Stacked card. Man, 100. That is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. By the way, happy 3-year anniversary to this broadcast crew.
Hey.
Yeah, we started in 2021, November. That was our first broadcast together. Fury FC 54, I believe.
Nice. Well, no, it wasn't 40. It was 50. I think 54, because my first show with Fury was 47, and it was Todd Moore. It was Todd Moore, myself, and Alex.
Yeah. We had AJ Hoffman, who we brought up, has actually fought against Tayde Bennett.
Yeah.
Wild. That fight was in 2015, by the way. You guys looked it up.
Yeah.
Just fun fact, AJ Hoffman did make his pro debut for that fight, and he won with the TKO in the first round.
Yeah.
So shout out to my boy AJ Hoffman, a recreational MMA fighter. You don't see this very often.
Yeah. Now in San Antonio, by the way, doing sports radio.
Yeah, I was Fury #1's main event back in the day.
That's awesome.
I think that was in 2013.
Inside the cage.
Todd Moore also fought on that card, as did Travis Took, a Houston OG.
Man, that is so wild, all the names. Good to see some of them still around the sport. Right?
Oh, 100%.
A bit of a slower pace to start round 2.
Yeah, Elsony, he really, he definitely didn't empty the tank, but I mean, he went for it early in round 1.
Ooh.
And Bennett proved defensively responsible. Oh, that was probably the best low kick so far. Bennett's got to start firing back hard. Nice, big left hook. I'll tell you, Elsony, he's got a chin on him, man. He's eating some big flush punches. And at 205, it doesn't take much to put someone down. I mean, the man really is built like a mountain. Super athlete. 15 years of high-level Greco-Roman wrestling will do that to you. He's only 25. He's been doing this since he was a kid.
Yeah, no cauliflower ear either. His ears are perfect. What's wrong with this guy? Is he human?
Probably the best-looking wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect
Bennett's
to our
trying
wrestler.
to change that.
Never seen a Greco-Roman wrestler look like Cristiano Ronaldo. That's... Oh, man, he is bringing so much thud with those kicks. Much more can that lead leg take?
So, man, interesting. There's a few theories and technical options when blocking calf kicks. I'm a firm believer of angling, much like a check, but planting all of your weight in that foot so you make them kick you in the hardest part of your shin. It hurts both of them, but it hurts the kicker more. You see Bennett's definitely walking gingerly on that lead leg. He's not showing the damage, though. Like, his leg looks normal and fine. But as someone who's, done a lot of R&D on blocking calf kicks and receiving calf kicks, he's definitely walking as if that calf is compromised.
1 minute left in round 2. That base is shaking. Oh, and a thud of a kick now to the body. Fathy, Elsony.
45 seconds left here in the second round. Much, much slower pace than the first round. You did see a flurry from Elsony about midway through the second round, but he's been chopping away at those leg kicks. Not a lot of activity otherwise.
Oh, man. This may be it. Fathy Elsony looking on, and he gets the finish of Danny Bennett. Those leg kicks eventually broke down the base of Danny Bennett and Fathy Elsony. Welcome to Fury FC.
Yeah, man, this guy's a prospect to say the least, man. I feel for Bennett. That's going to be worse tomorrow, man. That's, you chase greatness at a cost sometimes in MMA. Much respect out to that man. And then Fathy Elsony kind of came onto the Fury scene out of nowhere, but man, what a guy to keep an eye on.
How about that? 2 fights, 2 finishes, and both guys making their debut for Fury. I want to see both of these guys fight next week if possible. And then take a look at our highlights of the finish here in round 2.
That was the one. Notice how he kind of, the weight sat on the leg. If you have an eye for it, you can see when you go almost that drop foot. You can't really feel your foot. You can't really put weight on your leg. That's a brutal technique.
All right, Danny is getting up. We'll see if he can make it to the center to make things official, and he does. Warrior spirit, love it.
That's right.
Both fighters are there. Let's make things official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee JJ Ferraro calls for a stop to the fight. 4 minutes, 35 seconds into round number 2. Declaring a winner by TKO, Fathy Elsony.
I'm here with your winner, Fathy Elsony. Fathy, a successful Fury debut at 205 pounds. This is where we're going to see you stay.
Hell yeah, man. I knew I fucking coming here to win. One day I'm going to be a fucking world champion. Just watch me, guys. Yeah, remember that.
So, Fathy, was it the plan to come in here and chop him down with those leg kicks, or were you hoping to wrestle a little bit more?
No, man. I'm a wrestler, but fuck yeah, I already planned for all of that. Fucking strike and chop those legs, knocking everybody out, guys. I just want to say something, guys. American Top Team is best in the world, guys. Thanks, Coach Steve. Happy birthday. Thanks to everyone. I love you, Kennedy. Here, guys, let's fucking go.
Well, Fathy, we can't wait to see you again. Congratulations on the win. Your winner, Fathy Elsony.
Congratulations to Fathy Elsony. What a debut win here at Fury FC. 3 more fights left here on our prelims broadcast as we get our final pictures inside the cage. Let's meet our next fighter.
Please welcome Robert Cota to the blue corner.
Robert Cota, 1-0 record, has never lost a fight as a pro or an AMI. Great fighter, but even better abs, Michael. He is a fitness instructor, and he has an abs workout plan. I wanted to mention this because he's really proud of it. But Robert Cota, if there's one word that describes him, it is insanity. I love the way this kid fights.
Yeah, Alex and I were talking about this before this fight started. This is going to be one of the most violent fights on this card tonight. Robert Cota, very, very violent. Like you said, Raheel, never lost a fight. Very aggressive in and out style. This guy comes to knock people out, Alex.
Yeah, it's funny. There's almost like a 4-man TMF bracket on the main card. These 2 guys could be in that running. They're a little green for the TMF status in terms of records, but man, it's a fun fight to watch.
All right, Robert Cota is inside. Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome Trevor Loken to the red corner.
Trevor Loken, second time inside the Fury FC cage, coming off that huge win over Damien Orande at FC 90 in May, where when we talked about that fight, we're like, man, everything that Damien Orande has accomplished, Trevor Loken has been doing the same and in North Carolina. And he came in and, withstood a furious attempt there from Orande to finish the fight and got the finish himself.
Yeah, the most impressive thing to me about that fight was the fact that he was in trouble and Damien Orande had his back. Damien Orande, we thought he was going to submit him and
damage his legs.
Able to get out of that. And, Loken turned out to be, he came back, ended up winning that fight. That was an unbelievable fight. This dude is the real deal, Alex.
Yeah, and then, man, in Cota, I actually have a still photo of his last fight. He elbowed a guy so bad and cut him open, won by TKO. Loken gets TKO over a super black belt. Both of these guys are big for the weight class. They're both violent. Loken's got some bare-knuckle boxing experience, and he's got good durability. And Cota's an attacker, man. This is an interesting fight.
We look at our tail of the tape, brought to you by Sheath Underwear. The height advantage and reach advantage going to the 27-year-old Trevor Loken. Both fighters are inside for this featherweight bout. Let's get our introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next fight, brought to you by SheathUnderwear.com, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC featherweight division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 145.8 pounds. Fighting out of Chula Vista, California. His professional record stands at 1 win, no losses. Here is Robert Cutthroat Cota. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he too weighed in at 145.8 pounds. Fighting out of High Point, North Carolina, he too holds a professional record of 1 win, no losses. This is Trevor Loken. Your referee in charge of the action, Professor Joe Solis.
All right, blue gloves for Cota, Loken in the red. Watch out for these aggressive elbows for Robert Cota. Loken, he is going to pressure and pressure.
Yeah, Cota has finished every single one of his fights, amateurs and pros alike.
Yeah, Loken the same. 5-0 as an amateur, all finishes in either round 1 or 2. So.
A nice left hook there from Cota. Lightning quick, decent low kick, and returned. Man, these guys. When I saw this match, I mean, you got to kind of know to know this is the one to look out for, but this really is any fight fan's best case scenario.
Yeah, 2 1-0 fighters are not going to be, the most popular fighters in the country, but eventually both of these guys will be known.
Oh, nice. Just kind of over-under drag down there from Loken.
See what Cota can do here. So Loken does, he has a heavy game.
Oh, yeah. And in Cota's last fight, he actually got taken down, and his opponent just transitioned him out a little too quick, and Cota rolled him over and then threw the elbow from the closed guard. I actually use that exact sequence as a lesson to my students the next week. I'm like, sometimes stand on top and half guard is not the worst thing. Like, if your mistake that loses you the fight is too early of a transition to mount, like, that's fickle, man. That just goes to show how this MMA game works. Good triangle set up there from Cota. He's got to prioritize that figure 4. Oh, my. Notice a little elbow post gets him out of it. Man. Oh, wow. Loken on the back. He's got that right hook in.
So good.
But Cota just doesn't settle.
By the way,
half back take, almost a twister hook there. I don't think we'll see a twister, but
after this fight, we will be taking a 10-minute break on our broadcast, just letting everyone know we still have 2 more fights left for you on our prelims broadcast. The stream will still be up, so make sure you keep it up. No need to exit. You can take a break yourself as well inside. Trevor Loken trying to work the choke, see if that right arm can slide through.
Oh, I was going to say, Cota could not let him figure 4 that. It's figure forward.
Yeah, he's got
it's
it
over the chin
now.
Notice Cota cutting an angle, almost giving up mount, but worth it in the quest to get out of the naked choke as Loken looks to do some ground and pound here from top mount. Good transition work there from Loken. Loken has a, I don't want to say underrated grappling game because his striking pedigree is so strong, but this man's a good grappler. I think you always just kind of assume if somebody has bare knuckle fighting experience, they're not going to know how to grapple. Oh, this is deep. This is deep. Cota's got to fight the top hand now. And Cota's got to peel that top hand away. This is under the chin. There's the top hand peel. The choking arm is still in position, though. And Loken knows that as he pulls the elbow to his hips. This is deep.
This might be it.
Cota rotates, though. This man knows how to mitigate damage from dominant positions. We saw that in his debut in Cota. He's got no quit in him, but Loken is just on one positionally for his ground technique today.
Yeah, good on Robert Cota, knowing you got to beat those chokes with position. If you try to just battle his arms against yours, he's in a much stronger position, and so you have to beat those chokes with position. He got out of position before he tried to transition and beat him out of the choke, and so he's back in it a little bit, but good on Robert Cota to know that that's the order you go in. Get out of position, then fight those hands and legs.
About a minute left now in round 1. Man, what an eventful first round for Trevor Loken.
Yeah, not what we expected at all. It started out kind of the way we expected, but did not expect a grappling clinic by Trevor Loken here in the first round.
Yeah, and it was off of that early takedown. It was just the same, almost the same position, little over-under tie-up, kind of Greco style, with the strikers.
Robert Cota coming away from that kind of smiling, but looks exhausted here. 15 seconds left in the first round. Big right hand.
Oh, man. Clips him again with the right, just swinging to go back to his corner now. In 10 seconds is Robert Cota.
I think both guys would be happy to go back to their corner without an exchange here.
Take a breather. Honestly, Loken looks stone cold focused. Yep. Doesn't even look tired. Wow.
Yeah, definitely looks like the fresher of the two fighters, but he did take a big right hand from Cota there in that last exchange. So
notice the little elbow post. He didn't strike. He didn't land on his palm, which is good. Use that arm to take some of the impact off of that. Man, this choke was close. Even after he peeled the top hand down. Watch, he peels the hand right after that, but you saw Loken kind of pulls the elbow tight to his own waistline.
Yeah, there's that big right hand.
Oh, it's just jaw. Narrowly missed, yeah. Oof, that left as well. What a round.
After this fight, 10-minute break coming your way. The stream will stay up.
Today's daylight savings. Use that time to go change the clocks in your house.
Absolutely.
I did that this morning.
I had no idea what time it was. We have a 2-year-old at home, and 2-year-olds do not understand the time change. So she was awake at 6 a.m.
If I'm not mistaken, the state of Arizona does not
it's the only one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Neither does Hawaii. Hawaii doesn't do daylight savings time either.
I wish Texas was in that group.
Me too. Here.
I like when it's brighter later and darker earlier. Oh, both guys landed pretty well there, actually. That one put a bend in his knees.
Yeah, for the first time, Logan's going backwards.
With the shot. Complete this.
Classic single legs can be dangerous in MMA if we hang out here for too long. Kind of transitions off to that. Head inside double.
Cota just goes for it. When he sees an opening, he is swinging, just puts his head down and just goes YOLO. I don't know, let's see if we can connect with something.
There is no wasted energy with footwork here, or movement. The moment these guys get into the A zone, they just bomb.
Yeah.
More Cota, but still.
Yeah, and Cota fighting desperately to make sure that this fight doesn't go back to the ground.
Michael, we had a call with Richard Burmaster, the VP of Talent here, head matchmaker as well, and he described Cota's style as point fighting style on steroids. He said he's just when he sees that open, he's jumping in and just throwing, and try to get those connects in when he can.
Shout out to Rich's wife, did her first jiu-jitsu tournament yesterday. Got gold medal, 3 wins, 3 subs, if I'm not mistaken. Very cool.
Coach Sam?
Yeah. Oof. Oof. Ooh. shot on the double, but man, I'll tell you, Cota did a good job shoving his head side to side, getting his grip higher, and now neutralizing it in a classic over-under.
Halfway mark of this fight, and for round 2.
Man, this one's grueling. This is one of those fights, though. It doesn't matter who wins, who loses. Moving forward, both these guys are going to be better fighters after this fight, having experienced this level of offense, resistance.
Activity has definitely declined here from the first round.
Yeah, that had to. That first round pace is not sustainable. Man, what a right hand there from Cota.
Ooh, another one.
Oh, that's it! Oh, wow,
my
that
God.
is it!
Oh, my God, that Cota is a monster.
Robert Cota absolutely sleeps Trevor Loken. What a finish!
That guy is so bizarre. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a...
I hope he didn't like that mouthpiece because he's not getting it back.
No, he's not getting that back. I don't know if he wants it back. I got some slobber mixed with some blood on my notes here.
Man. I can't wait to see that replay because that was beautiful.
I think it was a left hook that just kind of grazed him right over his ear, his temple.
Yeah, and then you'll see that shot that he landed on the ground. That was devastating.
Man, Cota was just kind of like backing out. I was waiting for Trevor to get within bombing range and then bombed. I mean, wow, what a style. What a crazy.
All right, let's take a look at this knockout. Boom.
Oh, it was a left hook, just right on the cheek. I mean, that was a great shot. Oh, yeah. I mean, a right hook, left hook. Look at Eric and Rich.
There is the reaction cam for us as well. Man, let's take
straight. Oh, it's 2-3. Classic 2-3. It is the commitment of Cota. I mean, we've seen 1,000 cross hooks thrown and landed here, but it was Cota's just commitment to doing damage. He didn't throw a single punch to find range. Everything was to finish.
All right, let's make things official. Here's Wade.
Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Joe Solis calls for a stop to the fight. 3 minutes, 18 seconds into round number 2. Declaring a winner by knockout, Robert Cutthroat Cota.
I'm here with your winner, Robert Cota. Robert, in the first round, this fight went to the ground. And how close was that choke that he had when he was on your back?
It was close, but close ain't good enough when you're in there with me. You know, I fought hard to get out of that. And, you know, I'm glad that I got to showcase some grit. And, yeah, man, he should have took me out when he had the chance because you see what happens.
Well, Robert, it was just a matter of time before one of those landed. They were just missing, and then finally when you hit the spot, and then I think the one that put him out was that one on the ground. How clean was that shot?
Dude, that last shot, I came down with all my pressure, and gravity helped me out a bit, so I felt good.
Well, Robert, you're 2-0 now. You're one of the most violent fighters in this division. What do you want next?
I'm going to take 3 more fights. Everybody's getting knocked out. Get the title shot, and then go on a contender series, and then I'll be in the UFC. Along the way, I'm going to be helping people get into the best shape of your life. You guys want abs like these? Hit me up on Instagram, and we'll get you on track.
Well, if you want abs or you want knockout power, look this guy up. Your winner, Robert Cota.
Congratulations to Robert Cota, and I will be taking you up on that offer, Robert. I do want those abs. What a finish there for the young fighter. And with that, we will be taking a 10-minute break. But keep your stream up. We will be right back for our remaining 2 fights.
Welcome back to Escapade at Imagine Venues for the Fury FC 98 prelims. Please welcome to the blue corner for your next fight, Amber Terrell.
Amber Terrell, third time inside the Fury FC cage, looking for her first win here. Has faced really talented women in Christy Taekwondo, Andrea Amaro, and now, you know, Amber, we know she has that fighting spirit. She's looking to improve her game and look for that first win. And of course, she was trying to get him in the last two fights, but she feels like she has a great opportunity here.
Yeah, and you know, Amber is one of those people that she loves to stand and bang with people because she's durable and you know she can do it. She's got pretty good hands, but man, she has a way underrated jiu-jitsu ground. I mean, her ground game is really, really good. I trained with her several times, and like most women that are her size, 115 pounds, they're so much stronger than you think they are. And so I've trained with her many, many times, and she is so strong. Her jiu-jitsu technique is so good. I wish she would use that in these fights.
The ER nurse, we've talked about that before on our broadcast when she fights, is a night shift ER nurse, so it has balanced a lot of different things. She's inside the cage. Let's meet her opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Tayde Garcia.
Tayde Garcia loves MMA, second time inside the Fury FC cage. You know, she is looking for that first Fury win as well. Somebody's going to get that win today, finally, inside the Fury FC cage. And you see the Alvin, Texas native walking out, is focused and ready to go.
Yeah, Tayde Garcia, you can see she shaved her head yesterday because she was a little bit overweight. So she shaved her head yesterday, and it ended up, you know, this is the look we got today. A very Rose Namajunas of her. Congratulations to Rose on a big win last night. But Tayde Garcia here has been around. She's fought some tough competitions, fought Hannah Goldie, you know, fought a couple other people that are very, very good. So last fought in July. So, you know, this is a very evenly matched fight. And so it's very curious to see where this fight goes, see if Amber finally takes this to the ground or accommodates Tayde, who's going to want to stand and bang this out.
Yeah. Rose lost the decision. She did good in rounds 1 and 2, but she ended up losing 3, 4, and 5. So congrats to Aaron Blanchfield. A fun fight with both decorated ladies. Man, it's unfortunate there for Tayde because she still came in overweight.
Yeah,
so
that is unfortunate.
A bust by a pound, a bust by 2 pounds, a bust to bust. Probably could have kept the hair, but hey, let's not worry about that right now. Let's focus on performing well in this Fury cage.
Yeah, and Amber said, "Yeah, let's fight. Let's go. I don't mind. I just want to fight." And you see that weight right there, 117.2 on the scales for Tayde Garcia. Height advantage, reach advantage, going to the 21-year-olds for this draw weight division bout. Both fighters are inside. Let's get our introductions.
The following contest, brought to you by Live Oak Texas Vodka, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC Strawweight Division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 2 inches tall, and she weighed in officially at 115.6 pounds. Fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas, today she looks for her 4th win as a pro. Here is Amber Terrell. And introducing her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, and she weighed in at 117.2 pounds. Fighting out of Alvin, Texas. Today she looks for her second win as a pro. Here is Tayde Garcia. Your referee in charge, Jeff Rexroad.
Tayde Garcia is locked in. I mean, she hasn't broken her stare at all. Blue gloves for Amber Terrell, red for Tayde. Oh, man.
My apologies to Aaron Blanchfield for trying to take that win away from her last fight against Rose Namajunas, but why I thought that, I watched the fight.
Aggressive start here for Tayde.
Tayde, back up and get some space. Back up.
Tayde's coaches, they don't want her tied up or maybe grappling with Amber.
Good knees in for Amber. Tayde Garcia's corner calling for knees.
Use your head right there. That's me. Come on. Tayde, get space, please. Get space. Tayde,
They're doing a good job of keeping that left foot on the outside of the leg, outside of the thigh of Tayde Garcia. Makes it very difficult to finish that takedown. Also keep a little bit of distance there.
Tayde, I need space. Space, Tayde. Get it, hook to the body now. Get it, Tayde.
Some coaching to fighter kind of communication relay that's not working out the best. I think that's what they're trying to avoid. Tayde's coaches were begging her to create some space and break away.
Yeah, it looked like she was trying to swim that hand in to make some space there, but Amber was keeping keeping her body up really tight up against Tayde's body, and then ended up a little bit sprawled out. Amber reaches in and trips her.
Get your guard up. Push the knee back. Get your knee in, please. That's what I need first. Knee in. Knee in. Push that knee. She's trying to cave in on you. Push.
Soon Amber's trying to get around that knee.
There you go.
Reach up and push that knee through.
Please. Get it up there. Get in there. Get in there.
Left side, step back to half guard on your left side.
Halfway mark of round one.
I need you to get it up. Get your foot out of there. Now. Get it out of there. Right there. Get it
Just
out.
mentioning Amber Terrell's works nights in the ER as a nurse, training as well. Has a 4-year-old son, so managing a lot of different things.
Yeah, her son about to celebrate a birthday next weekend, so happy birthday to Amber's son.
Up to half guard or knee cut. Yes.
Amber on top here, but hasn't really doled out any damage here. In a much better punching position. Choosing to go to the body here.
No hands pass.
I need you to get your foot in there. Now, push.
Leave that right underhook back. Get in there.
I think they're wanting that foot on the inside thigh for that butterfly guard so that she can elevate the hips of Amber and maybe make some space in there and try to stand up.
Yeah, Tayde ended up exiting her own underhook there from half guard to maybe try to frame and grab the wrist, but didn't quite work out. She's in on a guillotine, but it's positionally not going to work.
Get on your hip and push away. With your right hand, please. Put it on her hip and push. Put it on her hip and push. Get your head out of there, Tayde. Watch your head. Attaca el brazo. Ahí está.
45 seconds left.
Guards open. Knee cut to side. Yes.
doing a good job of riding down the cage with Tayde.
You got 30 seconds, Tayde. Come out the back door. Go.
In a good punching position here. Should be able to dole out some damage here if she can get a few. Oh, she's missing the mark just a little bit, but.
Control her wrist. Control her wrist. Give me the ice. There you go. 10 seconds.
Right under, up back. Good. He cut again with the right wizard.
Well, Michael, you wanted to see more groundwork there from Amber Terrell, and she did a good job of keeping that pressure, working that body when she could. And it was all Amber Terrell towards the back end of round 1.
Yeah, Amber Terrell staying active on top.
Hey, we got our main card coming up here at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on UFC Fight Pass, and you see it right there. Nate Richardson, Gabe Macario. That is going to be in. We have 2 BMF, Baddest Mother Effer, title eliminator fights, and that is one of them. Moses Diaz against Johan Estevez. That's going to be our co-main and part 2 of that eliminator. So can't wait to watch that, and of course, the 155 title on the line. Manshir Kira taking on Devin Dixon in a dream matchup for fight fans.
That's a monster of a fight card. Gabriel Wanderlei versus Demon Hands, Damon Anderson. I mean, it's as high level as it gets outside of the UFC.
10 fights coming your way on UFC Fight Pass starting at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Big knees there, and that's what Tayde's corner was calling for in the first round. Alex, what is that like when you've worked on something with a fighter, you're in their corner, you're telling them what to do, and look, it's tough being inside the cage. How hard is it as a coach where you're just like, my fighter is not listening?
That's happened. That gets figured out in camp. And then as a fighter, in terms of corner advice, a nice kick there from Terrell, it can't be chaotic or I'll just tune them out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just think we have a conversation after this fight on, what their expectations are. But thankfully, I've never had a fighter not listen.
Good.
Also, the fighter's the driver.
Emily with her head and shoulder. Let's get that spine alignment out of alignment and then fire off some shots here. You see she's blocking the left arm of Tayde with her head. That's very good. It makes it very difficult for them to get that hand in front of them where you can deliver some of those shots to the head and face. A very awkward position for Tayde here. You notice we haven't had many fights go to the second round, but in between rounds, if you notice, Joe, the Cup man, is not here today. Felt a little ill, so had to back out here at the last minute. He's at home watching on TV, though, so get better soon, Joe. We look forward to seeing you in here at Fury 99 and beyond.
Anyway, Fury FC 99 coming up as well in December. Got that coming up December 15th. If I remember correctly, and then of course January 12th, the big one, Fury FC 100. We do have a Challenger Series broadcast coming up November 22nd as well.
Next week we got some Submission Hunter Pro teens and kids.
Oh, nice, that's right. Forgot about that one.
I got 4 weeks, I think, straight of Fury, which is awesome.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Fury Fighting for all of the latest information regarding your Fury broadcast.
November 17th, all Amy Fury show. So we got the pro card this week, Sub Hunter next week, Amy's the next week, and then the next Challenger Series the week after. So that'll be a really fun, active November.
And we're doing a good job of moving around to avoid being swept here.
There's an armbar there if Amber wants it.
Yeah, Tayde trying to spin that around using the cage very effectively here, but Amber very savvy to this. Doing a good job. She's a little bit high on there. I know she'd like to have those hips pushed down a little closer toward Tayde's hips.
Interesting little elbows.
Now getting the back of Amber. 30 seconds left in round 2.
Kick that, get your hooks in. Down, kick, jump up there. Punch, Tayde. Hooks in.
Tayde having that left hook in, trying to get the right hook in, but she's up against the cage. Amber doing a good job of keeping that hook out. And she's got both of the arms. She's got the wrists, so both arms occupied, so no damage being doled out here by Tayde in this back take.
All right, so 2 rounds down. We are heading to round 3. First time on this prelims broadcast. Take a look at our highlights from round 2.
Yeah, both ladies throwing some hard shots there. Tayde had those few knees that looked like they landed. Nothing landed square, but this ended up right back as a kind of a repeat of round 1 until right there at the end of round 2 where Tayde was able to get on top.
You see President Eric Garcia and VP of Talent and head matchmaker Richard Burmaster working on these cards that are coming up for you. December 15th, Fury 99 right here in H-Town. January 12th, Fury 100. And then we are back in Dallas for a Friday night broadcast. January 7th, Fury FC 101. Get your tickets at furyfights.tv.
Funniest part about that, Eric and Rich were actually texting each other.
Yeah. It looks like me and my wife at the end of the night. We're sitting on the same couch, watching the same show, sending memes to each other.
Throwing a nice knee to the gut there. Tayde trying to throw up that guillotine there, but unsuccessful. Amber keeping her head a little too high, so not able to lock that up. And here we are again. Tayde going to try to walk that cage, reverse this position. And it looks like we've seen the woman who's on top is going to be the one. Tayde wasn't able to finish that that rear naked choke or get the back, but Amber wasn't able to get out in that last 40 seconds when Tayde was on top, and vice versa. Tayde has not been able to answer this so far when Amber's gotten her and has been on top. Here's an armbar set up. This may be very deep. If she can.
Can't see what's the bite like on it, Michael.
So the leg positioning's not bad. Elbow depth's okay, but she's really stacked up. It's not impossible to finish, but Terrell on top's going to have a lot of tools to stifle the hips. What she can't do is fall over. That's a good armbar.
Oh,
yeah, this is tough. This is tough.
Amber can try to step that right leg around. That'll help rotate her thumb out. And then this was just pulling the elbow line out of there. That elbow line is almost clear of the hips. The head's clear too. Yeah, there's no more armbar.
Work there by Amber, not panicking, trusting what she knows. Good defense.
There's a good armbar attempt too, but.
Walk the fence, Tayde. Keep going.
Tayde trying to grab a toe hold there, kind of giggling at herself, it looks like.
Yeah, I think we're actually seeing just visible frustration.
Halfway through round 3, 2.5 minutes left here for Tayde Garcia to get out and do something. Amber Terrell has been masterful on the ground thus far in this fight.
Walk the fence, Tayde. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Not exactly sure what Tayde's going for here.
Triangle, 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 Tayde. Triangle, triangle, right there, right there. Put it in, put it in. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. He's going out.
My.
Squeeze, keep squeezing.
A lot of headroom there. It's going to be tough to finish anything. And just the stacked angle as well, going to be tough.
Yeah, we've got to be careful putting her arm in there. She's clear of any danger right now.
Pinning the elbow there for a second was Amber. Just not enough movement here for Tayde Garcia to open any kind of exit.
Tayde had the arm again, just pulling it in the wrong direction.
I mean, yeah.
Tie your feet. Finish, Tayde. You only got 30 seconds. There's a toe hold right in front of your face. Oh, go for the toe hold, Tayde.
There's no toe hold there.
30 seconds left. Amber Terrell can taste victory. Her first one inside the Fury FC cage. Has controlled this fight on the ground.
So been weird positioning in this whole fight.
Yeah, Amber's been punching behind her back as much as she's been punching in front of her.
All right, our first look at what the judges are thinking, but I feel like we're not really going to get a good glimpse into that because it was all Amber Terrell. And I will just say unofficially, probably her first win inside the Fury FC cage. We take a look at our highlights for round 3. Had that arm there for a second. Did Tayde Garcia, and then Amber didn't panic, gets out of it. Worked that hybrid mount and whatever she could get and just started punching.
Yeah, that was strange.
Got one more fight coming your way. Sean Canard in action, taking on Charles Clark in the 185 division. Perfect record for Sean. Charles Clark looking for that coveted first win. Alex, you will be cornering that fight.
Yeah.
Coming up here shortly. Just going to move a few feet to your right.
Yeah.
And also, don't forget, Fury FC 98. We are heading to UFC Fight Pass at 4:30 p.m. If you don't have your subscriptions in, get them now because a new 155 champ will be crowned tonight.
10-fight monster fight card. It's awesome.
Wait.
First to last.
All right, let's see how the judges scored this one. Here's Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by DeNunaLawFirm.com. All 3 judges score the fight 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Amber Terrell.
I'm here with your winner, Amber Terrell. Amber, it makes me so happy to be in here interviewing you right now. If you don't know, 115 pounds, maybe the 115-pound female fighter, maybe the strongest pound-for-pound animal on the planet. Because I've rolled with this woman several times. She has a very strong ground game, as we just saw here. How does it feel to be over here in the winner's circle?
Feels really good, man. I was doing the atomweight division when I first went pro, and you know, honestly, size-wise, that's probably where I belong, but I wanted to come back to Fury, so go big or go home, right?
That's exactly right. You did it here. Was the game plan, I know you like to strike, and I know you're very tough, but was the game plan for this to go to the ground tonight?
It was. Coach always has to remind me of that a couple times because he knows I'm a brawler and I just want to get in there and bang. But he reminded me probably 20 times today that I don't need to do that. So got me the win. Thanks, Coach.
Well, you did it and controlled the fight the entire time. What's next? You going to take some time off? You coming back next year, or you want to fight again before the end of the year?
I mean, I was planning on taking a break after last fight, and then Eric called me, so we'll see what happens.
All right, well, congratulations on the win, and happy birthday next weekend to your son. Your winner, Amber Terrell.
Congratulations to Amber Terrell. With that, we will take a quick break here before our final fight of our prelims broadcast. We will be back here in about 15 minutes, but keep the stream up. It will be right here on this stream. Final fight coming your way, Charles Clark versus Sean Canard. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Fury FC 98 prelims. We got one more preliminary bout for you. Please welcome to the blue corner, Charles Clark.
Charles Clark, third time inside the Fury FC cage. Looking for that coveted first win, not only inside the Fury cage, Michael, but also in his pro MMA career. And this guy is a gamer. Doesn't say no to anybody.
Yeah, no better way to describe it. You know, a lot of people are dodging and not wanting to fight Sean Canard, but, you know, not Charles Clark. Happy to take the fight. Thinks it's a fight he can win also. So, yeah, you know, Charles is 2-5 as an amateur. You know, does not have the best ground game, but will stand up and bang with just about anybody who wants to stand in front of him.
Such an interesting background. He's a software engineer for Space Force.
Nice.
All right, which is the government arm of space. Has overcome a lot in his life. Used to be a heroin addict and committed himself, and now is all in on fighting, and also hosts the Two Dudes and a Cage podcast, which could be us too, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
Two Dudes and a Cage right in front of us.
That's right.
Shout out to them. And Charles Clark now also training at Merck's BBJ, Merck's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA. So love to see that, man. Just a guy who loves this sport and knows it's helped him a lot. Inside is Charles, so let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Sean Kennard.
Sean Canard. Top Gun. Perfect record, 3-0. All of his fights have been finishes, all of them here at Fury FC. And his gym loves it. Like, people love Sean Canard.
Yeah, I mean, what's not to love about him? I mean, he's you know, he's a SWAT officer. Comes out to the Top Gun theme song. You know, as a weapons trainer. I mean, this guy is just one of those guys who's done it all. And now, you know, as an undefeated, you know, middleweight here at Fury Fighting Championships, just one of those guys. He's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. So, you know, he's just one of those guys that's good for the gym. He's a good friend to have around, and, you know, and also a great training partner and a great fighter in his own right. I mean, here he is at 3-0, and you know, was 4-0 as an amateur, and all of his wins have been finishes. So, you know, it's a very good road for him so far. And, you know, Sean's one of those guys that if he's able to get a win here today, I would say at that 5 fight mark, he's going to start running into some of the tougher and top competition here at Fury Fighting Championships. I can't wait to see him. I think he's going to be a force here also.
Agreed. We look at our tail of the tape, brought to you by Howlerhead Whiskey. Unleash the monkey spirit. Height advantage, reach advantage for the 36-year-old Sean Canard. Both guys are inside for this middleweight division showdown. Let's get our introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, brought to you by Howlerhead Whiskey, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC middleweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, and he weighed in at 186 pounds. Fighting out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, today he looks for his first win as a pro. Here is Charles Blood Money Clark. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6 feet tall, and he weighed in officially at 185.8 pounds. Fighting out of the Woodlands, Texas, he holds a perfect professional record, 3 wins, no losses. Here is Sean Top Gun Kennard. Your referee in charge of the action, JJ Ferraro.
Final fight of our prelims broadcast for Fury FC 98. We head to UFC Fight Pass at 4:30 p.m. for Manchir taking on Devin Dixon for the 155 title. But inside right now, red gloves for Canard, blue for Charles.
Charles coming out with a little bit of pop on that right hand. Able to land in that exchange there. On the clinch. As we said, Sean Canard, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, trains with Alex Morono, our commentary partner, who's over there coaching him in his corner right now.
Good combo off the break there. Have you had a chance to roll with him?
I haven't. We elude each other every time I'm in town. I think he trains at a different time because of his work schedule, but yeah, I haven't been able to train with him, but he's very, very good.
Saturdays.
Yep.
Right, you'll come in for the weekend for our broadcast, and Sean being a SWAT officer, I don't know, maybe Saturdays are busier.
Saturday's is busy day.
It's a busy day
I would
for
imagine.
a SWAT officer. Just gonna sit.
Big elbow there from Kennard.
It's the first time that a software engineer for Space Force and a SWAT officer are facing off inside MMA cage.
Charles shooting in for a takedown here. Sean wrenching that guillotine there.
Oh, that is in.
That's very tight. See if he can elevate the feet. See if he can get that elevation enough to.
Has opened up now. No panic there from Charles.
Now Charles with the 2-on-1 defense. Getting that hand off the neck.
Halfway mark for round one. Oh, man.
That's a big right hand.
Man, what a chin there by Charles Clark, because that would have put out 99% of the other fighters in this division. That was as flush as it gets.
Yeah, I'm surprised Sean closed the distance there. I'm surprised he didn't stay and exchange with him a little bit more. Sean in a good punching position here from the top. Sean looking like he wants to go for that. Oh! Big knee, and Charles Clark takes it like a champ, man.
Oh, big punches here for Sean Canard. Is this going to be enough? He is unloading, looking for the finish. Is Sean Canard. Charles Clark stays alive here for the time being. Pulling in Canard tight to limit any more damage.
Charles took some shots there. Never looked like he, lost it. He kept his marbles the whole time and kept his wits about him. He's still in the fight. This is not good. This is he's wide open there to this spot. This is
escape under there was Charles, but not enough there. Does get that arm release though, because that would have been really bad with about 40 seconds to work with. To the feet we go, a knee there for Canard. Oh, another big one. At the base.
Sean pulling those legs out from under Charles Clark.
Ten seconds left here in round one. It's been all Sean Canard. All right, round 2, here we come. Good moments there for Sean Canard. Had the finish in sight a few times. Here's that flurry of punches.
Yeah, we saw Sean land these knees a few times. Almost had the guillotine there. Had it on the neck, but here's that big one that one I'm surprised Charles was able to keep his feet. And then right here coming up, Sean lands that knee. Lands another one there. And props to Charles Clark for still being in this fight. He took some big shots there. And he looks fine. No blood, no nothing. Just no bumps, no bruises, it doesn't look like. He got them. They're all underneath.
And how about this run here for Charles Clark? Fought in July against Felipe Rocha. Okay, got finished in that one. And now Sean Canard.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Love it. He has so much heart. Keeps coming back. Loves the sport. Oh, man. Good connect there for Charles Clark.
Charles letting it all hang out there. That's a big one. You got to think that first round gave Charles some confidence there. Able to finish the first round after taking some big shots. Sean able to get this right back to the ground. This is a bad position when your hips are this close to the cage, but also that far away from the cage. Really difficult to stand up. And Sean's straddling one of those legs. He's going to posture up here and he's going to tee off on Charles Clark and just see if Charles is able to avoid that or control the wrists. This is a very good position for Sean Canard. And very difficult to move from for Charles Clark. Charles doing a good job of cage positioning, so Sean cannot get that other hook in. Stay heavy there. Heavy on that right hip up against the cage. Pushing the foot down, and then Charles wants to get that shoulder clear of the chin of Sean Canard, that left shoulder. He wants to clear that around and get on the other side. With that arm on the other side, he can dig in. Those knees, tries to get dragging him to the ground. Yeah. Sean looks like he's going for that rear naked choke here. He doesn't have any hooks in. I've seen it before. It's kind of a bulldog choke where you don't necessarily need the hooks. But very, very difficult.
Just ragdolling right now is Sean. Trying to see what opens up. Charles Clark sitting heavy.
I'd like to see Sean throw a few punches from here just to soften it up. It looks like he's dead set on he wants the back of Charles Clark, and they want to finish this with a strangle. A little over 2 minutes left here in the second round.
Stand up, Charles. Do it, bro.
Good rights here. Good punches getting through for Canard.
Charles just taking him. Not able to get out of the grasp of Sean Canard just yet, but taking these punches very well.
Taking them and not opening something else up for Sean to take. Usually those punches will create some kind of opening. It'll be an adverse reaction. And now that right arm is getting through. Hooks are in. 1:15 to work this choke for Sean Canard. Could that breaking point be near? It is just ripping across it. That is going to be in tight hand play going on. Can Sean Canard hold on and squeeze with this angle? And this is in tight.
Yeah, he's got that gable grip. Let's see if Charles can stay alive here.
The end is near.
Charles has 2-on-1. He's defending it the correct way. It's going to be very difficult to finish with one arm.
That reload is in. And that is it. Yep, it was that reload, Michael. There's not much more you can do. The hooks were in, and the angle was just right. A huge win here for Sean Canard. Keeps things perfect at 4-0 now.
Sean Canard had to be thinking, what's it going to take to get this guy out of here? Very, very tough.
Take a look at the finish and some highlights for round 2. We saw Charles Clark open up with a good connect here. And then to the ground we went as Canard takes down Clark. And that's where we spent a majority of the round until that choke eventually opened up for Top Gun. And you see that reload after some good hand play. That left arm sneaks out. And that is all. 4-0, here we come for Sean Canard and company. Let's make things official. Here's Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 4 minutes, 34 seconds into round number 2. Declaring your winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, Sean Top Gun Kennard.
I'm here with your winner, Sean Canard. Sean, you had to be thinking, what do I have to hit this guy with in that first round for him to go down?
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's tough. I hit him with a low high, and I actually saw his eyes roll, and he kept fighting. So the dude was super tough.
Yeah, you hit him with a big right hand. You hit him with a couple of knees. He went to the ground, had some big ground shots. Just weren't able to get him out of there. Was he stronger than you thought he was going to be?
Yeah, I think he's mentally tough, and I think that's what you need in this sport. So kudos to Clark for that. Super, super tough, just didn't quit. And that's necessary for this sport for sure.
Well, Sean, here you are, undefeated. What's next for Sean Canard? When do you want to fight again?
Man, I'm ready to stay active. Eric and Rich have been great to me. This organization has been great. I had a rough camp this week. But man, my wife, my supporters, I had people lifting me up all week, and I'm only in this cage because the Lord gave me the skills to be a dangerous man. So I'm just ready to stay active and be successful.
Well, Sean, you've done that so far, and we can't wait to see you again. Congratulations on the win. Your winner, Sean Canard.
Congratulations to Sean Canard and all of the winners here on our prelims broadcast for Fury FC 98. And with that, we will be heading to UFC Fight Pass at 4:30 p.m. for our title fight in our main event. Shakira taking on Devin Dixon on behalf of the entire Fury team for DNA Studios. For Alex Morono and Michael Alexander, I'm Rahul Ramzani. We will see you on UFC Fight Pass at 4:30 p.m. Central, 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 out there in California. We will talk to you then.
Do not miss it.